Welcome back to Manga Prototype segment, where we check out the works of a mangaka before they make it big. Today, it's the prototype for 7 Deadly Sins by Nakaba Suzuki. Before the serialization of 7 Deadly Sins, Nakaba made a one-shot with the same name. The one-shot is mostly similar to 7 Deadly Sins, except for several stuff. The story begins with a large armored guy wandering through the snows. We know from the main series that this is Elizabeth, who was looking for 7 deadly sins to save her father and the kingdom. In the prototype, it was the same, but prototype Elizabeth was more, how do I say this? She has more personality than her main counterpart. For Meliodas, the difference are his hairstyle and his weapon. Also, prototype Meliodas seems to be great at cooking, unlike his main counterpart. The main antagonist of the first arc in the main series, which is the Holy Knights, also appear in the prototype. But in this one shot, it is mostly this guy who carries most of the aura. Also, in this one shot, Meliodas really respects Elizabeth. He didn't even touch her to replace her clothes when she passed out. While in the main series, I'm sure you remember that Meliodas groped Elizabeth in her sleep. This moment is one of the things that makes a lot of people hate 7 Deadly Sins. I know that Nakaba explained later that they are lovers from a long time ago because of some curse, and Meliodas supposedly only molested Elizabeth. But this explanation didn't help at all for all the people that hates the 7 deadly sins. And compared to the nonchalant molester, prototype Meliodas is more comedic in how he handles perverted situation. The explanation for the 7 deadly sins is the same as they were a bunch of really strong individuals who were once criminals, and they are marked with a beast tattoos somewhere on their bodies as their identity and a reminder of their sins. Prototype Elizabeth's resolves on finding these sins really makes her character more compelling, as she was prepared for getting hurt. Also, Meliodas' dragon tattoo is a little bit different in terms of placement. The prototype has it on his right arm, while the main counterpart has it on his left arm. As we know, main counterpart Meliodas uses sword as his main weapon, but prototype Meliodas, however, uses a long giant sword that's 3 times taller than him. Although, we have seen main counterpart Meliodas uses giant sword in his past, their power isn't much different. Prototype Meliodas was able to parry attacks by a holy knight to the point that it looks like he was standing still. This Meliodas was also so strong that one swing sent the holy knights flying away. Also, in the prototype, that funny pig, Hawks, doesn't exist. In the main series, Meliodas was able to move the tavern because he built it on Hawk's mom's back, and she can fly anywhere. In the prototype, however, the tavern is like a robot spider, capable of moving through difficult terrains. The one-shot ends the same way as the first chapter, with Meliodas and Elizabeth go on an adventure to gather the other deadly sins. For the design, I personally like the main counterpart more than the prototype, but for personality and characteristic, I prefer their prototype self more. I mean, Elizabeth was even more attractive in the main series, but she lost most of her charm from her prototype self. What do you guys think about this one shot? Tell me what you think in the comments below.